Yeah.
That's always very important to increase your unit's morale. Oh, all these SCVs being added from here since the main is now mined out, and Terran should really expand quickly
Terran
to keep
really
up
needs
with the
to secure
Protoss.
another main map expansion that's not on an island. But the Protoss is now... The Terran is adding Thors, and the Protoss is adding a Dark Shrine for Dark Templar and more carriers. This game is getting insane, reaching the final tier of units for both players. Those Thors are actually going to be really good at countering the Void Rays and carriers as long as the remainder of the Terran army is able to counter the Protoss ground
all these
force.
Vikings coming out in the small force, but it's going to be not enough to deal with this insane Protoss force here.
Yeah, I really think that the Terran overreacted to the carriers and built way too many Vikings. There's only 2 carriers and an insane number of Stalkers that are just going to rape those Vikings in the air.
24 Stalkers going here. I cannot believe this unit combination. It is so tough. I look at this unit combination and I think, how do you ever deal with this? I don't even know.
Yeah, Protoss has a really strong army going for him right now. And it's going to be especially good against the tanks that the Terran has due to the how many air units he does have, and how many strong air units he has. And I don't really know what Terran can do.
Now he's keeping these tanks spread out, these Thors coming out. He's going to have to target fire all of these carriers. I don't even know how he can get in right now. There's not strong enough force.
That's a very good play spotting for his tanks with his Medivacs and his other units. But now
my God,
forces
epic
are
battle.
engaging. I can't even see what's happening. Lots of Guardian Shields going off, protecting the Protoss units, giving them extra armor versus ranged. It looks like the Terran is gaining an advantage with all the Stalkers you have firing on the Vikings. The Vikings are going down really quick.
Oh my God, this army being decimated. There's almost nothing left for the Terran player.
Nothing left, and now those carriers are going to just wipe the floor with the remaining tanks. Stalkers blinking inside of tank siege ranks so the tanks can't fire on them effectively. Wow, the Protoss force is just making really short work of these tanks.
I cannot. Oh, and these. God. Oh.
Everything.
God, everything. And this is terrible because the Lazy does have his third expansion up and running. As this expansion goes down for Naive, there's nothing he can do about this. He's just going to have to reinforce this section here and hopefully find some kind of hidden expansion.
I don't know what Naive can do at this point because, this combo of Stalkers and carriers is actually incredibly powerful. I haven't seen this at any point during the beta ever. Have you seen this ever?
No.
I've never seen carriers versus Stalkers. Very creative play by...
Carriers versus Stalkers. Carriers versus Vikings?
Carriers and Stalkers as a combo.
Yeah.
And I've never seen this combo before. Very creative by Lazy. I'm really impressed by his play.
Naive not giving up, though, trying to build missile turrets within the range of these carriers, but they are being canceled out as these carriers move closer. This one missile turret might get finished, but it will not be enough. This main most likely is going to go down, even though Lazy's ground forces are gone. Just 3 carriers are so dangerous.
Yeah, especially with that Stalker backup. That's going to prevent any air-to-air units like Vikings from really destroying those carriers. And the carriers are going to just prevent the Protoss from building up any other tank forces. This is so impressive. Just to, pull out a second and talk about metagame aspects of this is the Terran tank build is so feared and so such a terrifying build to go against. Once Terran gets enough tanks, there's really very little you can do, and I really like this creative counter to it of using the carriers to break the tank formation and using Stalkers blinking on top of the tanks to break the formation, and then using the Stalkers to back up the carriers. Very, very, very awesome unit combination by the Protoss player.
Naive trying to float these 2 starports away because he's building more starports, hoping to get enough air units out to counter these carriers. That is the number one problem he is dealing with, but I don't think he has any chance of getting these starports away.
The supply count right now is 124 to 36.
Oh.
I think this is drastically swung in the Protoss player's favor. Lazy and Naive put up a valiant effort, but this game is getting a little long in the tooth, and I think it's going to be GG pretty soon.
I don't know. For this PC, I can see Naive holding on. He does have these 3 starports.
You're absolutely right. They are playing for a mega PC with an i5 Intel processor and 8 gigabytes of RAM and
memory
beautiful women inside of it. I would totally sneak a command center to the bottom of the island for that PC. So let's see what happens.
Because it comes down to second place gets a mouse.
Yeah.
But it's a Razer mouse.
It's pretty awesome. But let's see what happens here then.
Now, Lazy sitting here thinking, how do I break this.
Yeah, that's gonna be the problem. But you know, I do actually believe that stalkers can blink across that divide from that end of the gold mineral expansion into the main.
The problem is they need vision, which is going to be very difficult to get if that has not been patched.
But I'm not sure if Lazy realizes that he can't blink his stalkers that far.
Well, he does have blink, so I'm sure he might try, and he's going to be very careful with his vision here. He does have vision, so maybe this has been patched out by Blizzard. Vikings taking pot shots at the carriers. Oh my god, one carrier might go down.
That carrier is going to be lost almost
Oh
certainly.
my god, one carrier down, but more carriers coming out for Lazy.
I mean, really, Lazy's in an awesome position economically at this point. He has... I'm not even going to try to figure how much ahead he is economically, but it's a lot. 1,800 minerals per minute to the 700 of the Terran player.
But we do have Naive still trying to stay in this game, having an orbital command and SCVs being poured out, mules dropping from everywhere, while Lazy comes in and just tries to destroy every tech structure. He's going to be targeting these supply depots, trying to supply cap, set Naive back as far as possible to ensure the win.
Once the Protoss kills all the supply depots, there's going to be very little that Naive can do because there's not really much space on the island to rebuild a bunch of supply depots. But I do like how Naive has built that command center on the far right and is
right above Lazy's own expansion.
Yeah, right above Lazy's own expansion, and is continuing to mine with mules, but not with SCVs, keeping his expense at that expansion, or maybe with a couple SCVs.
But check this out, Hellions being made at a factory right here, and they could easily just come down and take out all of these probes because this base is completely undefended.
To tell you the truth, I wouldn't do that if I was Naive, because that reveals your location somewhat. Right now, he's better off keeping that base and trying to eke some economic advantage out of it.
Really, I think he's best to just hide command centers around the map right now, to be honest. Those are like, I can't even count how many stalkers there are. There are so many stalkers, and if you are correct in that any possibility of blinking across this map, it is going to be nuts, and my computers are going to crash, and the live stream is going to catch on flames, and all your computers are going to die.
Yeah.
Oh, and the blink does work. Oh my god.
See, what you need to do, as with the Protoss, is if you use the blink in a shift.
The lemmings are going to be coming across the gap.
I wonder. But can the Protoss blink over if the space on the ledge is occupied by other units? The best bet for the Terran right now would be to land all of his Vikings on the ledge and prevent the Protoss from blinking across, so that he has no space to land with his Stalkers once they blink. Really, what you need to do is you need to use a shift command. You order your stalkers all to go to the edge of the ledge, and then hold shift and press blink to the other ledge, and as they get there, they'll all blink one by one. Otherwise, they'll all get blocked up behind each other and won't be able to blink properly.
Lazy saying, screw it, I'm building a Nexus
there
here.
We go.
There
now
we go,
shift command.
He heard us from the future again. Oh, but getting caught up. There's so many stalkers, you have to
get the stalkers so close to the edge, and you have to ensure that you have vision of the ledge that you're jumping to, which I don't think he quite has right now enough vision to complete the blink. But clearly we saw it was possible for him to blink across that ledge. So it's I think maybe only a matter of time before he does that.
I've never seen having too many units be in the way of doing anything before.
Yeah. This is really a lot of Stalkers. And Stalkers, much like the Dragoons that preceded them in StarCraft 1, are a unit that you can build more of them and they just get better.
But these Hellions trying to go down to try to get some kind of kills on these probes, but these Stalkers here, he needs to target fire these Stalkers if he wants to get any advantage. I don't know if he's going to.
Stalkers kill Hellions very easily, actually. And 3 Hellions versus 3 Stalkers is not a fair contest at all for the Hellions. They will all die.
Naive really sticking in this game. It is awesome to see someone just stick it out, knowing I might be done, but you know what? I'm going to give my all, because I am in this competition to win, and even if I lose, I will still do everything I can to win.
Yeah, I do enjoy.
And there we go.
Finally we have the GG. He realized his defeat. And I do also admire his graciousness in when he does finally realize that there is no chance for him to come back.
Yeah,
he says GG and immediately leaves the game.
Yeah, and great players. And so we do have Lazy taking home the top prize of the Mega PC from the StarCraft2Forum.org first official StarCraft 2 tournament.
Wow, and those games were amazing. This has been so much fun to cast. Congratulations to Lazy, and congratulations to all the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place winners on their
We have Naive as 2nd place, and who was 3rd?
We have it written down right here.
I don't even. This is how unprepared we are.
Hold on. We know. 3rd place was The Protoss player. What was his name?
He was talking to us in chat before.
Yeah, I know.
He's probably screaming right now in the text of.
He had a cool name. I really liked his name. Yosarian. Yosarian was in third, and Wanna Be Killed
was fourth.
in fourth. So congratulations to all the finalists. And yeah, this has been awesome and so much fun.
Again, thank you everybody. Thank you to our sponsors, NVIDIA, Razer, Antec, Patriot Memory, and Shock Starcraft 2 Guide. Thank you to StarCraft2Forum.org for hosting this tournament, pulling all these sponsors together to create these great prizes for these players.
And we would love to work with you again at any point in the future.
Yep, and also please, StarCraft.org, who sponsors us, myself, Guns Akimbo, and Negative Sons, with our weekly show, StarCraft 2 Amateur Hour.
Check it out. It's really cool. We accept community replays on a weekly basis, and we cast them, offering strategic advice and kind of analyzing, trying to help amateur players get better, and we're funny as hell.
Or so we think sometimes.
Yeah,
we laugh at each other.
Yeah, at least we and who cares what other people think?
Exactly. And thanks to John who is I think the head of StarCraft2Forum.org for putting all of this on. And again, thank you all for watching.
GG.
Okay. GG.